Hello, fifth graders. We are here with your You Decide scoring rubric. So I'm going to walk you through how you will be scored on this CBA You Decide writing task. And then that way, when you're doing your writing, you can see, well, what do I need to do to get a 3, to get a 4? Remember that we're kind of aiming, so fifth grade standard would be to get a 3 in everything and a 2 on the conventions. So you're aiming for a 3 or even that 4, okay? So let's go ahead and go through it. Your first area, like I said in the directions, that you are going to get scored in is purpose and organization. So as you can see, under that kind of overarching category, there are 4 areas that you will get scored in. The first is opinion. Notice that here for a 3, your opinion is clearly introduced and focus is mostly kept throughout the essay. The difference for a 4 would be not only is your opinion very clearly introduced, but your focus is strong throughout the entire essay, okay? And then opinion may be unclear or focus is not kept throughout the essay would be a 2. Opinion may be confusing or response is too brief would be a 1. And if there's no opinion stated whatsoever, then obviously we can't give you a score. So the same goes for transitions, introduction and conclusion, and flow. Flow just means like the progression of ideas throughout your writing. Does it flow? Does it make sense? Do you have your opinion, your 3 reasons, and your opinion again in your closing? Okay. So what we're going to do on Wednesday when you self-assess, you'll actually be filling one of these out for yourself and your own essay. But for today, we just want you to be able to see it so that you can see, am I working towards a 3 or a 4? The second overarching area that you will get scored in is evidence and elaboration. So for evidence, that means you need to include 2 or more sources that are used and cited in your essay. So for example, you could say in the article, blah, 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 whatever it's called, it said in paragraph 3, it said, and then you pull a quote from the text, okay? You could also say in the video at 2 minutes and 35 seconds, it said, or on the infographic, okay? So you need to use at least 2 of those sources at least once, okay? You don't have to use all 3, but you need to use at least 2 of them, and you need to cite those, okay? For elaboration, that means beyond using that evidence, do you explain your evidence? Remember, we're supposed to explain how our evidence supports our reason. And then vocabulary, do you use appropriate vocabulary? And style. Style just means, do you have a little bit of your own voice in it? Does it sound like you? Do you give it kind of some flair? Okay, but be careful, not too much flair. All right. And the last thing you're getting scored on is your conventions. Conventions mean sentence structure, capitalization, grammar, spelling, all of those things. My friends, I'm going to give you a little hint. You're doing this on a computer and you have this magical thing called spell check. Nobody should misspell any of the words, honestly. So make sure you use that spell check. If you don't know how, ask your teacher. You need to make sure you start all your sentences with capitals. Names of people need to be capitals. Article titles, video titles all need to be capitalized. So make sure you're following those rules. And then sentence structure is that you have no run-ons, sentences, and that you're using that 5th grade sentence structure. So this is either a 2, you adequately used 5th grade conventions, a 1, meaning you had several mistakes throughout, or a no score would be if it's really short, or if you just obviously copy and pasted this from somewhere, that would be really bad. Don't do that. All right, so you can see these are the areas that you will be scored in. We are, again, aiming as a 5th grader for a 3. So we want at least an 8 out of 10 to meet end of year 5th grade standards. So that means a 3, a 3, and a 2. But we're just starting. This is the beginning of the year. So do your very best. We'll see where you're at, and then we'll continue to learn and grow as the year goes on.